was about 92, we decided to move out in the country because our business was rural related and we got a bit sick of the hustle and the bustle in Sydney.
And decided this was the place he was going to move to with his 5 boys. I thought it was a big adventure, come out here to the Wild West, as it were. My first impression of Condobolin was really one of isolation, I suppose. I remember going down the main street and thinking, where is everyone?
We got about 15 kilometres out of town and there was kangaroos and goats. It was all quite exciting to me as a young child.
For me, it was an adventure. Dusty tracks. It was absolutely great fun for a kid. Come out of the city and into the bush.
You'd get on your bike and you didn't have to put a helmet on. There was a dirt track where we used to set up jumps and we used to muck around our BMXs. So it was, yeah, very much exciting for me.
My grandfather started a wine manufacturing business there and he employed my father and his brother.
Well, I was working with my father for most of my life. I worked in his wine business for many years, and then after years it got quiet and he asked me if I'd go and find a job somewhere else.
So in the 80s, at some point he decided that he was going to move on and work for another company, which happened to be Maspro Wire Products. He then purchased the business and moved it back to Meadowbank.
And that's where the name Maspro come from. It was originally called Mass Productions and did a lot of World War II parts. So we moved out here, we built the first shed, moved straight into it. Then the boys started growing up and employed them. But then there was a downturn in the agricultural side. Affected our business, and
it was hard and the agricultural had dropped. There was a drought. We were looking for opportunities.
And Greg was very interested in engineering. So I said, well, we'll give engineering a try.
We were actually approached by a mining company to manufacture some parts for their rock drills.
They gave us a few components and asked us to manufacture them and quote them, and it looked, very good, so we quoted.
It was a very, very big contract and they were very strict on their quality and everything had to be double checked. And once we got past that, we found those other need for quality products in the mining area.
Yeah, well, the big turning point in this business was when we had to supply a large amount of gears. And from what I can recall was a bit of a scramble around the traps. And we got the gears out, but I think what our main focus was quality.
Got the job, manufactured them. We did a few extra to keep in stock for them. And 12 months down the track, the company went into administration, so we're stuck with these components that we'd made. And we'd had a discussion together and said, well, let's do some selling.
Understanding how this product was made, all the elements of the engineering elements that went into it. It was really a big learning curve for myself. And we did produce these gears. I don't think they paid for them. But it really, from that point onwards, we realised there was a potential market in the mining industry. So we set ourselves to develop a range of parts that we could supply them.
And this opportunity came up. It's mine-related equipment, and which really he did perfectly, and it took off. And that's where we are today.
There was a part that we were going to quote for a customer, and we weren't able to machine it with the machines that we had.
The first CNC machine we bought was probably in our own eyes a big step. And I remember in the smaller shed we had, as far as I can remember, it just started churning out parts. It was good.
But after investing in that, in technology, it pretty much turned us around and we started making progress. The point, it was back that when we became an approved OEM supplier, it was quite a milestone.
We were quite impressed with it, quite surprised as to what the machine could do. So it was really a eye-opener for us, and we took that leap and got the machine.
And I just remember thinking, you know, how much easier it was to use than these machines that I'd grown up on.
Being located in a small rural town, it's hard to come by skilled labour. So we've had to look at other opportunities, and we bring in skilled labour from different cultural backgrounds, and we're very thankful for them, and they will generally bring their family in, which is a great support to the local community.
Everything's got to be done right, because if it's not done right, it'll fail.
We pride ourselves on quality, and that runs from top to the bottom. This part is critical, and it doesn't really matter if the extra time goes into it to ensure that we still produce that quality part.
And part of our growth plans is to not only serve the Australian market, but to push into export markets, including Tanzania, North America, Alaska, Egypt, Ghana, a number of European countries. And this is all done in Condobolin, central west New South Wales, where many people have told me it couldn't be done.
You sit back and look at it and wonder and how on earth you got there, but it's through hard work and sweat and tears we got to this position where we are now.